FuzzJockRadio International Conglomeration Enterprises in association with FuzzJockRadio Productions does not endorse, approve, or have insider knowledge about sports betting, or any beneficial knowledge whatsoever. FuzzJock cannot be held responsible for personal decisions made up to and including sports betting, alcoholism, pregnancy, and or stock choices. Listening to FuzzJock Radio has been found to cause cancer in the state of California. Side effects include mood swings, hot flashes, cold flashes, and dizziness. If listening to FuzzJock Radio for more than 4 hours, please consult with a mortician. FuzzJock Radio is proudly produced by prison labor in the People's Republic of Transnistria.
Отправьте помощь, оказавшись в ловушке в студии подкастов.
FuzzJock Radio.
Stage in my career, the dollars are really not what it's about.
The nerves is where it's at.
I had a coach who I was with who was a younger coach at the time. This was back when we were talking about the situation, and he made a great comment. And he said, Kirk, it's not about the dollars, but it is about what the dollars represent. And I thought that was an interesting comment that he made. So there will always be some of that, but to Dave's point, structure is probably more important. Structure is probably more important.
Structure. Guys, we need structure. Hello.
Money structure.
We are here. We are live. Money structure?
Yes.
Structure is like, maybe he's talking about like a building structure. Like what type of structure? Like a chair? A chair is a structure. Like,
Yeah.
right? A building is a structure.
Yeah.
That garage in my backyard, that's a structure.
Yes.
What type of structure is Kirk talking about, I wonder?
Maybe he means.
Well, we'll get into that.
We have to agree on it, just like money. You agree on what the money represents, so we have to agree on what structure represents.
Oh, yeah. Well, the structure of money. He did say that.
Oh, no.
Well, he did say that money doesn't matter to him.
But
in
what
this
it represents
type of career.
does.
Well, you know what matters to me
Tell
is
us.
that we are FuzzJock Radio.
Heyo.
And my name is Fuzzy. I'm one of your Hests for this evening, and we have a Hest that is located all the way out in California, and their name is
C-dubs.
And we have a Hest right in the corner of the studio,
Right here.
right?
Yeah.
And their name is,
My name is Jamin.
and we combined our 3 Hests to form one FuzzJock Radio.
FuzzJock Radio.
And we're here to talk to you about Twins, about
Okay.
Vikings,
Yeah.
about the NBA,
Tell me more.
Timberwolves, the AEW, some Taylor Swift, stuff about our lives, and a bunch of other things. And if you want to stay with us, that'd be great. If you want to turn us off, well, that's your decision. You'll be missing out on probably one of the best sports podcasts that you've ever come across.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
And that's my intro for tonight.
So I want to start off with, since we're a sports podcast slash radio show,
We definitely are a sports podcast.
we should go over what Kirk said there. He said it's not what the money is, but what it represents. So what does the money represent? What do you think he means by that?
That's a great question, which we'll get to when we get into that segment.
I just want to make sure we didn't miss that.
So that is a flash forward. No, not a flash forward.
That was Kirk Cousins.
What is it called when you do that in
Foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing in literature, yeah, foreshadowing. That's a foreshadow, and I think that's something we should do in the future episodes is foreshadow to what we're going to talk about, because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And maybe we should just get right into it.
Let's do it.
Foreshadowing done. We done it.
How was your guys' weeks? What's going on? What do you know? Who wants to go first? C-dubs, James, you don't. Both are shaking your heads at me. Like
I was looking at something. I'll go first.
I was looking at a lot of things
My
rapidly,
week.
back
Let's
and
see.
forth.
What did I do?
You don't know?
Week. I don't even know what I've done. Oh, we think we're cleaning our house and trying to figure stuff out around it. I don't know. I don't even know what I did this week. Sports watching.
Sure.
Saw a basketball game.
Sure, you can make something up. Aren't you good at?
Yeah.
doing
I built a dinosaur robot,
Okay.
and I'm gonna unleash it on the world, and I hope it goes well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You part of this dinosaur robot conspiracy?
I wish I was.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I've always wanted to be a part of a dinosaur robot conspiracy, but no, New Year, same me, just trying to do more of the James. you know, I've done a lot of recharging because the holidays really, after New Year's, I needed several naps.
We didn't really talk much about the holidays or New Year's other than Charlemagne's coronation.
Well,
right?
we did a New Year's Day episode.
Did we do like any? Did we talk about it being New Year's Day?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't remember. Did we talk about? Did we talk about resolutions at all? Does not sound something we would do even.
Yeah.
We're
New Year's
an audio podcast. We don't have resolution. We're like.
Oh yeah, 1080p.
I'm resolute to be more 1080p
That makes sense.
this year.
That makes a lot of sense. So what I wanted to do, and maybe I'll just do it next week instead of talk about it, but what I wanted to do this week was introduce you guys differently. Because
Starting now.
maybe. But like what I was gonna do was say something like, the glue that holds FuzzJock Radio together is C-dubs, instead of just like you're from California. The one that makes FuzzJock Radio the smartest sports podcast in the world, J-Mez.
I like that.
But I forgot, and then we just started going into it.
Would that
Pretty
be? What,
genius.
would you get adding adjectives to us, or what is that? Is that right?
Like
Yeah,
just
I like
spruce it up a little bit.
I like to be glue and smartest. Yeah.
The person
And then
that
the rubber that it bounces off of, fuzzy.
That'll show.
and I'll admit I've been listening to other people's podcasts, and I've heard them do other podcasts do stuff like that. They're introducing their hosts
With some
a
some
little
zazz.
bit of zazz and pizzazz.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Wait, we're not the only ones who do podcasts?
no, sorry to break it to
I
you.
thought this was unique.
We are but a few that do it the way
We're a
we
radio
do.
show podcast, so that's less of those than there are
Yeah.
podcasts.
A radio show podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a radio show into a podcast, so not all podcasts are that. Take that, other podcasts.
Make
No,
sure
this
that
is,
we are
this
on.
is live. Dude. We're doing.
Yeah, we
the
better
thing.
be on the radio.
Should I check?
But making
We are
the statement.
doing the
Let's
thing.
just double check just to make sure.
We are live, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. This is something that we can do. Since we're a radio show, to make sure that
This
we
is
are
something
live.
that we've definitely figured out how to do after 9 seasons.
Yeah. So go to FuzzJockRadio.com.
Uh-huh.
This is how you tune in. Okay? FuzzJockRadio.com. If you're listening through the podcast situations right now,
This is a way to do it other way.
or you can go to FuzzTalkRadio.com.
Yeah, and just hear us right now, live, no script, no editing.
And then just push play. It
I could
does
say swears if I want.
it does say FuzzJock Radio.
Not all podcasts are that. Take that, other podcasts.
Yeah, take that other podcast.
All right.
Yeah, there we are.
We did it.
Yep, we are live.
You ever heard a podcast listen to themselves live before?
Probably not.
We're the first.
Yeah, that's pretty. I don't think anyone's ever done that before.
So buckle in.
Nailed it.
You're ready. There's a lot more of this type of first stuff. We're not going to mention that this is episode 13 because that will make it an unlucky episode, and we don't want the unluckiness of 13 numbers to beseech us.
In fact, we're going to number this number 14 like they do in buildings so that even though it is 13, you won't know that because it says 14.
I think we'll still make it 13,
Nope.
but
Let's
I
make
like
it
that
15.
idea. Oh, 15, maybe.
Let's make it 215.
What's a lucky number? Maybe just make it lucky number 7.
We already did 7.
Oh, we did. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Well, I just-
13.2.
I wish you guys would just go with me on this.
Fine.
Where are we going?
Just to Idaho
Yeah.
to get some
Oh.
potatoes,
Good.
and then we're gonna make French fries
Nice.
and call them fuzzy fries.
I am down.
You might as well
with this.
face it,
And
Buzz.
that'll
You're
be-
addicted to spuds.
That'll be the best way for us to start making money, and we can pay ourselves. Fuzzy fries.
I like
You guys
that.
down for that?
Fuzzy fries.
Yeah. You can put
sourced
fromage
straight
on them.
from Idaho.
Fuzzy fromage fries.
Or if people want to just go to fuzztalkshop.com, you can buy a T-shirt, which is all already available. And
We'll make a shirt that says fuzzy fries.
I was just thinking. I just remembered that I did make a brand new Fuzzy World T-shirt that you can get on fuzztalkshop.com now.
cool.
So there is brand new merch on the website, and not to be like, yo, give us money, but yo, give us money. right?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah. I thought you were going to be like, not to brag or anything, but having a website's a pretty big deal, and you should all be super impressed.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
we should be impressed because he
Okay.
has more than one website.
Yeah.
He has many websites.
Multiple.
You ever made a website?
I did when Angel Fire was a thing. Remember
Yeah,
Angel Fire,
dog.
guys?
That was my jam. I was always that.
When I
No
when I was
GeoCities for me.
14.
I was Angel Fire.
when I was 14, I had my own skateboarding wax company called Freak Wax, which I sold at the local shop, and I had my own website on Angel Fire that I advertised it with.
Well, that's fun.
Anyway,
That's a lot of fun.
so since this is about sports because it's skateboarding, we're not off topic.
Yeah.
Got
See?
it.
Okay. I got it.
I'm down with those fuzzy fries, though, man.
Yeah, fuzzy fries?
Yeah, fuzzy fromage fries for sure.
After hibernation season, we should think about a road trip.
I am now on a streaming website. I'm streaming my video game playing on Twitch. So if you want to watch me play video games, you can. It's twitch.tv/afuzzyworld.
Even I can do it.
You can do it if you're not on Twitch. That's fine because you can go to YouTube and watch me there too. And I just want to throw it out there. Neo from the YouTube channel, Fuzzy World YouTube channel, Neo. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for listening to FuzzJock Radio. They have mentioned that they have listened to every single episode, and they absolutely love the podcast. So thank you, Neo. We really appreciate it. And anybody else that wants to contact us and let us know how we're doing, you can email us at fuzzjockradio@gmail.com, or you can also find our Discord server by clicking on the Discord logo on the Fuzz Talk Radio website.
Oh, yeah, it's easy.
Yeah,
It's just a picture. Just click it.
Yeah, just click it. So it'll be good.
Just click.
Shall we get into what the meat of the stories here, guys?
Oh, dude.
Let's do a story. A sports topic.
Oh, and also Neil said we should talk less about sports and more about our lives. But unfortunately, this is a sports podcast, so we can't do that. But look forward to brand new shows on Fuzz Talk Radio in the future, where we'll be doing stuff like that too. I forgot to push the button.
Are you ready for some football?
Might as well get it out of the way. Kirk Cousins is really hard to get an audio sample from.
Yeah.
Especially when he's talking.
He's got a certain timbre to his voice, and
Dude.
sometimes he's like, huh.
Dude, yeah, that. Or at the same time, it's more when they're doing the interviews, they're in like an echoey hall or whatever. So there's a lot of other sounds going on.
Yeah.
And the way he likes to talk is he talks in like, how would you put it? Like how like somebody's like trying to tell like a really important story that has the need to go like hush and then like really high and like kind of like maybe a preacher. Like,
Well,
like
I was gonna say, I think he talks more like a slam poet.
slam poet. I was like when I was listening to this, when I was trying to capture that audio and just seeing the just like almost whispering to get people to listen. It's like, Kirk, you can't do that in this setting. You need to be in front of a pulpit when you want to be talking to your congregation, man. I think Kirk's going to become a pastor.
Well, he's a Viking, so he can.
The way he
do
talks,
the Nordic.
he's got
He
it.
can do the Nordic teachings.
And I gotta say, I fucking
Norse.
You know,
it
if
was
he
really hard.
starts
It was really
every
hard.
sermon with Creed higher,
No.
I would maybe get like a little fooled into being like, oh yeah, okay, let's hear this out.
Yeah, no. So that was just that was really hard to get that audio sample. And
But
then
we did it.
I did.
Yeah.
And
He's talking about money structures.
money structures and how money doesn't bother him. or how a coach back in his past, when he became franchised, he was told that, it's not about the money, it's about what it means, what the meaning behind the
What it
money
represents. Yeah.
And that, I understand that, but in football, like especially in the NFL, what does that money represent, Kirk? Like
what? Yeah, I think we should maybe all break down, what does money represent to us? What do we think it represents?
Oh man,
I don't know.
like horrible evil. And if he's a godly person, then like he probably wants like all the money away from him.
Oh, maybe he'll pay the Vikings for him to sign a contract next year. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm on Twitch now, so I can't really talk about
Well, I think
where money's coming from.
I think it's maybe he means, because this is, the classic way to talk about something like this is to just literally dictionary it. And one of the ways the meanings behind money is a legally or socially binding conceptual contract of entitlement to wealth, void of intrinsic value, payable for all debts and taxes, and regulated in supply. So maybe he means he's the money.
No, I don't think he knows.
He's money. He's so money he doesn't even know.
I just think he
doesn't.
doesn't.
I mean, Kirko, big Kirko.
I think he just doesn't know what he means.
No, I think
or what
he
that statement means. Because right after he said that statement, he said, "That was a neat thing to say."
Was it?
And then he just kind of moved on.
That's a neat thing to say.
But what I'm trying to get at is, if you are in the NFL and making money from an NFL team, how much of a difference is it if you go from one team to another team and make money from the Cardinals instead of the Vikings? It's all the same money. It's the same representation that NFL money represents, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if you're working for the Vikings or if you're working for the Chargers. It means the same because it's still NFL money, right?
Yeah, it's the catalyst of the system.
Yeah. And the NFL fucking sucks. So if you're making money from the NFL, you probably fucking maybe, should get a different career if you're going to talk about the representation of where money comes from.
Especially if it doesn't matter from what he's saying.
Go play for the CFL if it matters to you. That CFL seems like a better organization. Or play for a donation league if the money doesn't matter to you, Kirk.
Arena football.
Fucking give your money away to organizations if money doesn't mean anything to you. Because that's
make more of that cereal that I want to buy at the store with your name on it.
It's great for you and your family to be in the position to have no money worries whatsoever and to be able to tell everybody else money doesn't matter to me. That's great, dude. But it does matter to a lot of other people that are in the 99% of the world, Mm-hmm. Fucking do something about that. Especially if you're a fucking
money.
Christian pastor piece of shit,
Well,
I don't know if he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm a little going off a little on a tangent here, but
I like what you're saying though, because again, if you have money, there's a lot of benefits and interest that, or a lot of benefits to it. But if you're being poor charges interest. Things are more expensive if you have less money in the long run. As if you have more money, it's just one thing and it's done. But say you don't have money, you can't go to the dentist, so then you get worse teeth. And then when you do go to the dentist, it costs twice as much as if you would have just gone to the dentist because you had money. Yeah. Things like that. So it does matter. Money does matter, sadly.
That doesn't to him, and it's just kind of in my mind, it's kind of a slap in the face to a lot of his fans to say that money doesn't matter to him.
I was wondering if he was just thinking about the money representing supporting other signings for him to throw the ball to people.
I mean, you would hope so. However, in the past, when everybody else was not declining their raises, he's like, no, I need my raise. and like other players cut their salaries to get better players, and
Harrison Smith,
he kept
like that.
his salary at what they negotiated. He was he was not about it.
That seems the opposite.
Am I
Am I
remembering that right?
Yeah, and even when he restructured, it was just to move the payment down. It was like a different year, more to a different year instead of being
it was
less money. Mm-hmm. So
it didn't help.
But I wanted to say too. What's funny is the point he's making with his old coach telling him that in reference to the franchise tag. That's because he would have been upset that he didn't get more money, because when you're franchise tagged, you get a maximum amount that you get, and that's just what you get. You can't negotiate for more. You just get that much. So it would have been him being bitter he didn't get more money, and someone saying, "No, it's all good. Don't worry about you don't need more money."
It's
and
about whatever it represents.
Well, I do more money.
Yeah. Somebody had,
and then he got the most money when he was offered the chance to get money. So I think that's kind of a stupid statement on his part.
Into it. Yeah.
That's really neat that he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who that up and coming coach was. And that's what he mentioned in the thing too, is that it was an up and coming coach, a newer coach. When I got my franchise tag, I'm thinking that it was O'Connell. Wasn't O'Connell one of his first coaches? And it was the beginning of O'Connell's career.
Well, it's funny, that team or that coaching staff, I think 6 of the people on it are now head coaches, like Shanahan, the Rams head coach. There's literally a handful of people from that staff.
That even like drives my thinking on this even more. What I'm getting at is I think that Kirk's tipping his hat at where he's going next after he gets over his injury, because his free agency is coming up this next year, and if he's talking about what the money represents, and it was up and coming coach back in the day when he first became franchised, I would think that means he doesn't really care how much the next team's going to pay him, as long as he gets to hang out with the coach that he grew up with, that he wants to be part of.
Well, I hope it's our coach.
Do we want him back?
Only if he doesn't want a lot of money, if that's what he's saying.
Especially after injury, or do we want to start new? Like that, I thought that was the thing, is that we wanted to go through 2 years of the old regime's bullshit and then get rid of everybody in the third year and just start really building up.
Here's why I would say to keep him now. Again, only if he doesn't want a ton of money, then keep him, yes, but also because we're going to get a better draft pick this year. So we could draft a quarterback, have him be there for a year or so while the other guy gets ready, and then we can get out of there, because he won't be getting paid a lot. It won't matter.
That's such a great idea.
That's the only way I'm okay with that. And that's maybe what he's saying he wants to do. Also, the fact that Justin Jefferson got 1,000 yards this season, missing 7 games, I mean, that's insane. And that's mostly because of Kirk.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, if that's what it takes, fine. I'll take another year, Kirk, or 2, just for that. But only if he doesn't want a ton of money.
So what I'm seeing here now in the future is Kirk comes back. He signs for less money so he can get better players and get that free agent quarterback that's going to be stellar in the future. Kirk gets to be put in a leadership role, which he absolutely wants to be part of, because he wants to be like a preacher, and they're leaders, and he will teach this new young guy how the system works, and then he gets put into a long-term mentorship into the Vikings when he retires.
Fine with that.
Because the Wilfs,
great idea.
Quarterback forever.
I think the Wilfs absolutely love Kirk, so
it's all about how much he wants.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll see what his decision is. When do you think? Well, we probably won't hear a lot of off-season talk until Super Bowl's over, right?
February.
Yeah. So we gotta worry on that.
And so the Vikings ended their season 2023-24 season 7-10.
Not great.
What's the rookie rushing yards thing?
There's a guy that he beat the rookie record
For receiving and receptions.
Oh, for
he
real?
got he had the most. So this is actually kind of a cool story because of who he is.
Yeah.
He was like a 5th round wide receiver, not a 1st round instant star. No, not even close. his first game of the season, he put up 100+ yards, and people were like, "Who the heck is this guy?" Like, no one had drafted him in fantasy football league. Like, he straight up was just
Like
unheard of.
A nobody.
Straight up a nobody. Except for it is cool because Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, saw this when he drafted him. He literally, I've seen the video of him drafting this guy. He's describing making him into this. He didn't think so quick, but this is what he thought he could be.
Nice.
So anyway, he's a 5th-round wide receiver, and he beat the rookie receiving record with 1,481 yards. So that beat it by like 40-something yards, or no, 20-something. Yeah, he went over it by, what is that? I don't know. Bunch of yards. But
a bunch of yards.
No.
He went over the record. He's got the record now. He is the record. And it looked like that record was from 1960.
Wow. That's
old-ass fucking
that's
record.
a long time.
From the Oilers.
The Oilers, a team
Hey,
that
you
doesn't
remember
exist
them?
anymore. No.
Yep.
Ever heard of him?
And then he
Warren
also has the
Moon.
most receptions by a
Warren
rookie,
Moon.
105. Again, and nobody got the most receptions of not only his team, but of any rookie ever.
That's awesome.
He did
Yeah.
it.
Good for him.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Puka's cool. And his parents, I think the first game they ever attended was the last game of the season. And so they were there when he broke both records.
That's great.
And the second he did, the coach was like, "Get the hell out of the game. Like, you sit down. We need you for the playoffs. Don't get hurt." But they let him get the record. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, again, 5th-round nobody.
He's somebody now.
He is.
Are we done with football?
Move on.
Let's play hockey. The Minnesota Wild lost tonight, 4-0 against
Badly.
the Stars.
Why is it always the Stars? Is that the only
I
team they
know.
play ever?
Yeah, that's the only team.
Is that like their whole schedule is just like,
Yeah.
hey guys,
the team
keep
that
blaming
used to
the
be-
team that
just
used
play our
to
old
be
team.
yours.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha, it's not your team anymore.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
And I think it was a
Play
an
other
actually
teams.
televised game too. So like we never get those, and of course this happens when we do.
Yeah.
But
They've been.
we've been kind of rough since we lost a bunch of players to injury. It's sadly once Krill went down, it's been hard to get those victories. Now.
We didn't talk about that. Krill's stuff.
That's right. Yeah, Krill is on injury reserve currently. He got hurt.
Oh no.
Did that happen this last week?
Happened a few weeks ago, but
why aren't we
it
covering
wasn't
these
until
stories?
recent he just got on the reserve.
Oh boy. So yeah, that's not good. And
No.
then we have the brand new coach in, right? And
Yeah.
he has people on the injury reserve.
Yeah, I think like
not
at
good.
one point we were down 5 players, just like a whole line, and then some have come back, but I mean, without your leader like Krill, that's really hard, you know. That's your fucking dude. But they did get a win the other day. That was Marc-Andre Fleury's. It was a win that made him.
Who's
It
Mark?
was a 691st win.
Hold on.
Or no, I'm sorry, 551st win.
Hold on. Who is Marc-Andre Fleury?
Our
Who
goalie.
is Flurry?
He's-
Our goalie.
Our current goalie,
The
who's
Wild's
considered
goalie.
to be the Wild's goalie. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
We gotta
Who's
remember.
our-
We gotta
I mean-
remember our audience, who is me.
That's true.
That doesn't know much about sports.
So we're
at all.
part owners of the Minnesota Wild. No, just kidding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We wish. But no, the Marc-Andre Fleury is a longtime NHL goalie. He's played on a couple different teams. He played on the Golden Knights when they had their miraculous run. He also played, I believe, on the Penguins or one of the black and yellow teams. But he played on, I think it was the Penguins. But for a long time, won a bunch of cups. He's considered to be a future Hall of Fame goalie. I mean, he has just been amazing his whole career. And now he's tied for second place with 551 wins.
Wow. That seems like a lot of
And the
wins.
guy who's first has 691, so he'll never be able to get close to that.
That's a lot of games.
That's just wins. It's
150
not even
more
He's played over
wins.
1,000 games.
Sheesh.
How does that even work? How can you get that many games in?
He's
been
got
in the league for a really long time.
Over 150 more wins to break that record.
You know,
I mean, you have to play like 3 more years.
Yeah, he could do it.
yeah, why not?
Maybe. I don't know.
Play 3
But
more years.
the cool thing about that game
Probably like 2
Fleury's the
minutes.
reason we won.
Okay.
We were behind by a goal in the third period, and we were trying to get Fleury off so we could have an extra man.
Wait. We lost tonight.
This was a few nights ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the game that made him his 551st win, which is like, I think it was like 5 days ago. He's when you get the third period, if you're behind by a goal, you usually have your goalie leave, and so you add an extra person on the ice to give you an extra offensive advantage. So you have empty net. So Fleury's running to the side to try and become, the empty net so we can have an extra offensive player. But as that's happening, we turn over the puck.
Okay.
Fleury has to turn around, skate back to the goal, and he's just not going to make it. So he dives, sticks his stick out, gets the puck away from the guy who's trying to score from the other team, gets it to our player while he's laying on the ground. We get it, the Wild pass it forward, and instantly score a goal, tying the game.
Wow.
Forcing overtime, which we then won in overtime.
Fleury for the win.
Wow.
Yeah, Fleury, dude.
Wow.
Or as they call him, Flower.
Flower?
I don't know why.
Because it kind of sounds like
Flower.
Sounds kind of like flour, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe people don't
They
know.
call
how
him
to
Flower, though.
He's a flower.
He's French.
Yeah. Is he?
Probably.
Is that-
Andre? Yeah, I
don't
guess
know.
so. Or French-Canadian, if not French.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great. I've loved him forever, and I'm happy to see him on
Might
the
be
Wild.
French,
He's
I
been
don't
on the Wild for, I think, 3 years now, and he's been fantastic. I mean, I wish he was not in the end of his career, but he's still really good. So I'm happy to have him no matter what. Yeah. And then the Minnesota women's hockey team started off this season, or this year, last week too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League, started this last week. The Minnesota team won the game that I was watching 3-0. It was their second game,
Okay.
and they won the first game. And what was great was that it was free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I knew a
And-
lot of people who were watching it, including Fuzzy.
I was one of them, and I was watching the chat, and a lot of the people in the chat, I mean, I suppose they were probably Minnesota fans. I wasn't thinking about that at first, but they were saying, oh man, Minnesota's going to be a powerhouse in this league, and that there's no way that the other teams are going to even come close to beating them.
Wow.
So that's going to be fun to keep an eye on. None of the teams have names yet. They're just all
That was true.
yeah.
Oh,
they're just
cool,
the Minnesota team until more branding starts happening, and it sounds like they need this first season's kind of a test,
Yeah.
Right.
and that if they get enough viewers, they will keep it going and get more branding going.
Yeah, they'll secure more of the elements of it as like a full business model.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. And what's also really exciting is that the game their second game broke the record for attendance.
Yeah. Right.
With like 13,000 people there.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, over 13,000 in attendance for the game, and they also set another record. Or first, they had the first league hat trick.
Yes, I was going to say that next, and that's really awesome. And congratulations to that player that I don't have their name, unfortunately, right now.
I think she was also the first pick in the draft. Or at
Oh,
least
no,
their
I
first
do.
pick.
Grace Zumwinkle had the first hat trick in the PWHL, so congratulations. Something to celebrate on January 6th. There's, other than just the transfer of power with the peaceful terms, January 6th can be celebrated as the first hat trick in PWHL.
Yeah, it was.
Right? So that's
It's
really
also
cool.
our team's first shutout.
And
our team's
our
the whole
team's
league.
first shutout. Mm-hmm. So good for the Minnesota women's team. The Minnesota. Oh, this was. You guys ready for this question?
Ooh, I'm ready. Here we go.
That was going to be the question of the week.
Wait
like how
all know what that sound means.
I like how I just
What
kind of
this
remember
jingle
out of
is.
nowhere like
It's
what I
time
was
for
gonna do.
the
Buzz question
It's
of
like
the week.
it's like I have a notebook with me, and I saw the note, but I don't have a notebook. And I like also I was thinking about it. I was like, I like how I just kind of dropped that whole bit. Fuzz question of the week is:
Tell us.
what should, and FuzzJock listeners, the FuzzJockers out there, please email us your answer at FuzzJockRadio at gmail.com. What should the Minnesota women's hockey team be named?
Oh.
Give you a little couple seconds to think about it, because this is a really, really big question. This is going to be a tough one, right? What should the PWHL Minnesota women's hockey team's name be? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm ready.
C-Dubs.
The Grey Ducks.
The Grey Ducks. The Minnesota Grey Ducks. And James.
I'm going to say Whitecaps.
And I want to go with Grey Ducks as well, but I was going to say the Minnesota Marauders. And that was your
Buzz question of the week.
What's cool too is that their jerseys are purple, of course,
nice.
and they got a little bit of gold and white in them, and they really remind me of the Mankato Mavericks
Yeah.
jerseys. Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm sure that there are some Mavericks on that team too. I need to look.
I bet.
I need to look into it more. And you know what's really cool is that my nephew is in hockey at 10 years old. He just turned 10. Mm-hmm. And he would have been really mad if he heard that I got that wrong. No, he wouldn't have been. He's a really nice kid. But he's into hockey. He's in hockey, and I take him to hockey practice. I go to his games, and it's really fun to watch him. And now watching this women's hockey league game, like, I'm really excited about hockey, guys, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Ooh, it's hockey time.
You know, it's fun, and it's fun that we don't have just the Wild to watch. And for some reason, I like the Wild's cool and everything, but for some reason, it's been hard for me to get into men's hockey. But women's hockey sounds awesome.
Oh,
to me.
dude, women's hockey's awesome. Women's Mavericks hockey is great too.
Yeah, I want to go to some MSU games for sure. I graduated from Mankato State, but I have
Alma mater.
I've never been to a game.
Whoa.
I don't think.
Hit up
No,
my
I've been
father.
to. I've been
Got
to
tickets
no,
for
I've
both
been,
men's and women's.
I've been to one game with my nephew and my dad last
I've
year. And that
never
was great.
been.
That was great.
That was hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you should definitely hit up my dad. He's got tickets for both the men's and women's games.
Oh, really?
Yep, he sits on the glass for all of them,
Oh, my.
right next to the penalty box.
are
I'm
we
gonna
ready
do
for
that.
Are we ready for the next segment?
I'm going to hit you up, C-Dubs' dad.
All right, hear that?
Next segment,
He's
guys.
listening. Oh, let's do it.
FuzzJockRadio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea. It goes
That was
like
a
this.
slow moving one.
FuzzJockRadio.
Okay,
All right, here we are.
we're in the basketball territory.
We are in basketball territory.
And did you guys play basketball in high school?
I played in, like, junior high.
Sees?
No, I did not play basketball.
Sees, did you play any sports?
I mean, I played Maba baseball, and then I was a cross country runner, and then I did wrestling.
James. Same question.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Like basketball and baseball, like, through middle school.
Okay. And middle school is like 6th and 7th grade?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay.
No, and you were a track runner, right? Famous award-winning records-holding track runner.
Well, I played 3rd through 5th grade. I played baseball or Little League, like T-ball, right?
Yeah.
And then I got scared of the next year coming up where kids could pitch. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I don't want to have kids pitch at me. And so then I quit that. In like 7th grade, I went into Taekwondo. No, 5th and 6th grade, I went into Taekwondo. Wow. And then I got a brown with black stripe belt, which is the belt right before black belt. But we couldn't get my black belt because the tests for it were too expensive for us to do. And they were like starting to implement this thing where you'd have to get like an electrical tape wound around your belt before you could, a couple times before you could test. And each electrical tape around it costs like $100 to test for that electrical tape. Everything got way too expensive.
That's really spendy electrical tape.
And then fast forward to the future, that person that was running that business was arrested for tax evasion or something. But rewind. Not too far. After 7th grade, after 6th grade, I was in high school sports became a thing, and it was too expensive to be in Taekwondo, and high school sports or middle school sports were a thing, and they were pretty cheap. So I got into basketball. Started playing basketball in 7th grade and track in 7th grade because one of my friends was in track and one of my friends was in basketball, and our master splinter, Andy from Andover, he was also in basketball with me.
Ooh. So you guys were looking around and communicating a lot.
They sure were.
Yeah, and we were like on the worst teams at that time, but that's fine. And then in 10th grade, I got into football, high school football. No, 9th grade, high school football, got into high school football. So then from 9th grade to senior year, I played football. No, that's not right. 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, I played football.
Yeah.
I played basketball. And I played track. And then my senior year, since I was so good at track, I decided not to do football or basketball and just concentrate on building my muscles for running because I was really, really fast. And then my senior year of track, my 4x2 team we broke a school record, 2 school records, the 4x160 and the 4x200. And the 4x160 is not ran anymore because the stadium that we would run that in was torn down and they don't have 4x160 runs anymore. So my name's in the record books.
Forever. Won't be taken.
It won't be taken. The 4x200 record was taken a couple years later, which is fine. I met the dude. He's a really nice guy, or one of the guys. Shoutouts to Mr. Boyd.
Hey.
And then
you became a champion, right? Oh, sorry.
And then the senior year in track, the 4x2 and the 4x100 team that I was on, we went to state. And then we messed up handoffs at state, and then we got like 7th place, and we were supposed to we were seeded to get like 3rd. And I was in the newspapers a lot. Like my picture was in the newspapers. All these pictures here were in the newspaper.
Oh, not the picture of you guys messing the handoff.
No, these aren't state pictures.
That one made the rounds.
This one here is me at state. The one of the qualifying rounds. Yeah, so I was really fast. I was the anchor. And I also played trumpet and band in high school. And then I was in a marching band in the summer as well. And then...
you were busy.
I was really, really busy, and I got straight.
No wonder why you're retired.
This is Mr. Sports over here.
And I got straight A's on my grades as well, and Yeah. And then
So
here
you basically
and then
played
here we
everything
are.
but hockey.
Yeah, basketball.
You played
fall was football, winter was basketball,
Yeah.
spring was track.
Yeah.
And then
and
I
you played
suppose
baseball when you were
baseball
younger,
when I was younger.
and you
yeah.
played Taylor Swift in the band.
Oh yeah.
So you were in all the sports except for wrestling and hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to wrestle.
Wow. Dang. Wrestling was not fun.
I tried wrestling like in grade
really
school.
heavy.
And I was in the AP like history and stuff, and calculus.
Well, then you made it into the history books, so that clearly worked out.
Yeah. Then I went to college and then just concentrated on college and friends' music career and made websites for them. And now we're here
Yep. Talking about basketball.
talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Timberwolves are now 25-10.
Yeah.
They've doubled their losses.
That's not great, but they're still top of the conference.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's all that really matters. As long as you stay ahead of everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that really matters in basketball.
And nothing's been an awful loss because of some stupid, horrible thing
No.
happening. It's just been,
They've been really close, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like the last couple of games, all the guys are just like, yeah, we're just off. We're just off on our defense. Our defense is where it's at. But tonight's game, we were just having a shootout, and it just kind of mattered of who got the most shots. And so I'm not jumping off the bandwagon of the Timberwolves quite yet.
Nah. Now I'm ride or die with the Wolves.
Any other big basketball news that is going on?
Draymond Green's threatening to retire because he doesn't think he'll get reinstated.
Oh, no.
So go ahead and retire.
We need a rewind clip. Rewind clip. Now we really rewind clip.
I'm just rewinding just because I remembered the reason why I was going off that big tangent of where I came from.
Yeah.
Is that out of all that stuff, basketball is my favorite.
No.
Nailed it.
Okay, and then now nail it. But I'm really starting to like hockey. Hockey's really good too.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
And honestly, now that I just heard that clip, baseball's my favorite.
Yeah, baseball is definitely my favorite.
I really like baseball. I really miss baseball.
Yeah, I'm ready for catchers and pitchers to report already.
Is it springtime yet? When do they report? Next week?
Yeah, they should. I don't know.
FanFests are in February usually, so we're getting there.
Well, you should know, Mr. Dodger.
I know when mine is. I know when my
Mr.
FanFest
Dodger.
is. And by the way, the players are already fucking around at the stadium, so I don't know when it is because they're already doing stuff. Shohei's already been there working out and stuff.
No
He's
one's
not fucking around.
reporting because
Don't have to.
yeah, they're no one's reporting yet because they're still waiting to see if the Dodgers are going to sign them. Like literally everyone in the league is like, am I going to get bought by the Dodgers?
Also going to the Dodgers?
Do they
Am I going to the
Do
Dodgers?
they have more money to buy people?
Yeah.
They're-
I think their sales for the jerseys, like they went up like 800% in Japan alone. So I'm pretty sure they have the money to buy whoever they want.
So is Hernandez going to get signed by the Dodgers?
Teoscar Hernandez,
Yeah.
all-star outfielder from the Rays, Tampa Bay. Is that correct?
Are they getting signed by the
He
Dodgers?
played for a bunch of teams. I think he also played for Toronto and Seattle.
Okay.
Just remember, Charles might not have a NDA, so...
Yeah,
This one I can talk about.
Okay.
yeah. This guy's just signed to like a $30 million deal.
$30 million.
With a bunch of deferred payments, like they have been doing. So they're like
Brilliant.
They're just signing all these huge contracts and then avoiding any luxury tax.
Maybe Kirk's right. Money doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to the Dodgers.
I guess not.
I don't know.
I guess not.
If there's one organization that money does not matter to, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers.
To be honest,
and they are proving that beyond baseball, beyond literally all sports that are not owned by Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That like there's Saudi Arabia money and then there's Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep. The only ones right after them.
And honestly, I like it because it keeps Saudi Arabia money out of the Dodgers,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And that's
great.
That's great. And it shows that the owners are willing to, spend their money because it's coming out of the owners' pockets.
The Guggenheim Group and all the people who are the other partial owners are all just like, we don't care. Just get everyone. We'll pay them everything.
It really
give the workers their money.
It just really sucks for like the 25, 26 fan bases that have shitty owners.
What about this argument? Because I've been backing up our stance on no salary cap. Right?
No, and I'm down with that.
And I've been having discussions outside the podcast to people about it, right? And just saying the same things that we've been saying, like where else is the money going to go? It's going to go to the owner's pockets, and we already see that with the poll ads, and because they're just a great example of that, right? Yes. The argument that happens is, well, the markets are smaller, so there is less money in those markets. You're shaking your head, C-Dubs?
No, that's not true, because their television deals alone can pay for a lot of the salaries just on these small market television deals. Then there's also the MLB streaming deals that they get money from. Also, any luxury tax payment that is paid by, say, the Dodgers, the Yankees, goes to those teams also. So, I think the luxury tax payment that the A's got this last year was almost that of their entire payroll.
So you're saying that
they're
Dodgers
kind of
have
getting
the same
welfare money, and then they don't even have to spend it on their payroll, though.
Yeah, they don't. They're just pocketing everything.
So you're saying the Twins organization has the same amount of money to spend that the Dodgers do, so they could be doing the same trades
on just a base level, not even including the pocketbooks of the owners, just on the base of what you make from the existence of the team in the league. You get enough money to pay these deals or to pay these contracts. Then if you want to win, the owners take a little bit of money out of their pockets and hand a little more out.
The owners actually tighten up their belts.
Exactly.
Instead of firing their warehouse to be able to get all these players, they are actually tightening their own belts.
Yeah, they're taking it out of their pockets and putting some money for
other
it.
industries.
Like the poll ads refuse to.
Like other industries, they like to fire the warehouse usually, or the tech guys.
Or any low-level worker. Anyone that's not an executive. Yeah, because, for example, the Twins just made more money than they expected last year.
Exactly.
And what did they do? They're trying to downsize they're trying to spend less this next season because they know they'll make more by spending less, but that doesn't mean they'll win more.
Exactly.
Which is a horrible model for a sport.
Yeah. It's a model of mediocrity.
Exactly. Because all that matters to them is, we'll make more money than last year. It doesn't matter what the product looks like, just as long as more money gets put in my pocket.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Which is terrible, because it's not even true. That doesn't even mean that we'll equal that. It just means they'll get enough, and that's all they care about.
And, I guess our stars on our team that would be, outspoken about it have gotten their bag now. So,
yeah, they've all been handed it, so.
So, Correa's got his contract, and Buxton's got his contract, and...
So, yeah.
So you don't know how much they can actually leverage after that. And I don't know. We'll see. I still believe that baseball will be fun in Minnesota, and that this year, dude, we're still about. We're gonna see Brooks Lee in the majors this year. And he's gonna fucking break out.
Those young guys are gonna do a lot of good for us, so I'm not worried about that.
Jordan Walker is gonna break out. It's gonna be too sick.
Yeah, we have
our homegrown farm league is going to be legit.
We have St. Paul Saints Farm League, and all the other farm leagues, and we have a good farm league. And the St. Paul Saints being part of the Twins organization is going to help all that as well. And maybe the poll ads have something special working up. Maybe they know. And James is absolutely right. I'm trying to agree with you here, bud.
Yeah,
It'll
be
be
farm league. The prospect pipeline in the Twins is very formidable.
So maybe they know better than us.
They don't.
Yeah, no.
You never know. You never know. They're
do
the
the
owners.
Pohlads have a podcast? I don't.
They make the money. You know, they're making that money.
They don't make the decisions. They just make the money decisions.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens in Minnesota.
We will.
Is that baseball talk for?
I'm gonna make the
That is the
decisions
baseball
from now on.
Okay. Ready to go to other sports? Love to. Ping pong, for sure.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Nope, incorrect. Other sports?
It's a very social game.
Fight each other to the death.
Like NFTs or something.
You have to hit the ball.
Other sports topics?
So are there multiple major leagues?
I went to a soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
Go up to a soccer game and be in the supporter section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have in their bag?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. I
Might as
still
well
haven't
tune out
gotten
now.
because I don't have another sports button yet. I still haven't gotten a free lesson from that nest.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Mr. Hot Scott, pickleball dude.
Where's that lesson?
Please hit me up if you're in town.
Yeah, pickleball.
Pickleball.
Other sports.
Other sports. Taylor Swift is in the news again.
As always, the hottest sport in the entire world.
I can't believe it. Like this person is in the news a lot. It seems like, huh?
And there's only a few sports that can go all year, and the NFL is one. But Taylor Swift, I think, can even go on longer than the NFL.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
And what's go ahead. What's the news?
So the other night, was it last night? Saturday was the Golden Globes. Everyone loves the Golden Globes because they're globy things. You throw them in a basket.
Remind me what are the Golden Globes for?
They're like for entertainment movies. Essentially, they're like the Oscars, kind of, but different.
Okay.
So this is a different group of people who vote.
Okay.
Or the Academy Awards, I should say, not the Oscars. That's not what
How
it
many
is.
Golden Globes did she win?
She won 0 because she lost to Barbie.
Oh.
But she was up for her Eras Tour movie was up for one of the best production films or something because it did so good.
The Golden Globes a movie thing?
I think they just do entertainment in general, like TV. I think as well.
Was her movie up against?
Yes.
Okay, not her.
Well, it's about her.
It's but it's a movie, not like I was thinking maybe like her album was up against a movie.
Oh no, it's a movie against a movie.
A movie against a movie. Okay.
A movie of her albums against a movie.
Oh my goodness, it's getting confusing.
Yeah.
See, right now I can.
Well,
I can
to be even clearer, it's a movie. It's a movie about her live performance and her life about her albums against a movie about the life of some dolls. So that's what she was up against. But anyway, so she lost to that, but she also is in the news because someone made a joke about her being in the Golden Globes, and the joke was that the NFL and Golden Globes are different because the Golden Globes show less shots of Taylor Swift than the NFL. And for some reason that fell flat, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so she was even a joke at the Golden Globes, not even just a nominee.
But she lost.
But she did lose, yes. She did not win a Golden Globe.
That sucks. I'm sorry, Taylor. Next time you have one of those things, I'm sure you'll win.
She'll get a Golden Globe.
To you, Taylor Swift.
Weird Al won a Golden Globe, so she's next.
Weird Al did?
The Weird Al story won a Golden Globe.
That was a great.
Or no, it won an Emmy. I'm sorry, he won an Emmy.
That's a great.
Because
that's
his movie's
different.
not considered a theatrical release, so he won an Emmy.
But that's different.
That's different too.
They were
day after day. One was after the other one. But he did a video of him sitting in and out with the Emmy eating fries, and it's a pretty funny video of him sitting in and out eating fries with the Emmy, pretty in the tux. Pretty good video.
Yeah, that's good. Good for him.
Yeah. So that's our Taylor Swift sports news.
Well, there we go. Are we ready? Should we do the roulette again? What's this?
Wait, how does this song go again? Oh, yeah.
No, we're not doing that yet. No, that's not right. We're not there yet. We'll do this one.
Table.
No way. Moxley through the table. Ryan first through the table. Spear through the table. Powerbomb through the table. Hill driver through the table. Powerbomb through the table. Lesnar through the table. God, 3 tables. Not a glass coffee table. Through the table. God, driven through the table. Head scissors through the table. Powerbomb through the table. Like, drop through the table. Through the massage table. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's it. That's
it. I got
AEW news. What was their pay-per-view that just happened?
World's End. We didn't give any spoilers last week about it.
Oh, it already happened.
Yeah, that was the last show we talked about.
We had just seen it. So we're not going to talk about it again because I already forgot what happened because I watched Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom. This is New Japan.
Oh boy.
Which is New Japan, which it aired at 4:30 in the afternoon in
Morning.
Japan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so it was started at midnight here.
Oh my.
And went till 5 in the morning.
Whew.
It was a lot of
I
fun.
remember last year. Oh, geez, we were up so late.
Yeah.
John Moxley and the match that I can fully remember is John Moxley versus Finn. No.
Yeah, Finley was one of them.
Huh?
Was with Ospreay,
He was
Moxley, and Finley?
Finley, yeah.
David Finley.
David Finley, Ospreay, and Moxley. And it was like, oh yeah, David Finley's in here to... I can talk about this one because the news is out there. David Finlay's going to, fall to either Moxley or Ospreay because it's Moxley and Ospreay. So he's in there, so it protects both Moxley and Ospreay, right? And he'll take the pin from one of those two because it's for a world title belt, right?
Global title belt.
And
or
this
something.
David Finley is the head, the leader of the current New Japan's Bullet Club, which is where Hangman Adam Page came from, and Kenny Omega came from the Bullet Club. Jay White came from the Bullet Club. That's where the Bullet Club gold comes from. So this Finley is pretty good, and he won. I was surprised, and he won, and he now has this title. And Moxley doesn't, and Ospreay doesn't, and yeah, it was great. It was a great show. I highly recommend watching. The entire Wrestle Kingdom was great.
Well, it's because
Also, the Nemeth brothers show up.
The Nemeth brothers did show up. Brian and his brother
at Wrestle Kingdom.
What's his brother's name? Nick
Nemeth, who was Dolph Ziggler in WWE.
And it was rubber match of Okada and Danielson.
Oh yes,
and
it was.
I didn't see that yet. I saw the opening of it, but I've heard that's considered one of the best matches.
Yep, I remember watching that match as well, and that was really good.
That's up there with the Kenny Ospreay.
Yep.
That's up there with Okada,
really
Kenny.
good.
That is one of the tops I've heard.
That was really good.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So yeah, check out Wrestle Kingdom 2024 from New Japan Wrestling. They're not sponsored, but just to let you know, if you go to newjapan.com or nwjgp something.com or whatever their website is, their subscription is $5 or $9 a month.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cheap, and you get access to all their stuff.
Even pay-per-views?
And pay-per-views. It includes all their pay-per-views, and that's how I was able to watch it. A month? Or was that a year? I don't remember.
I think it was a year. Didn't you
it
buy
was
it
a
because
year.
of the whole year?
Yeah, it was really cheap for a whole year.
Really
it was like
cheap
$9.99 for a whole year.
Oh, dude.
And you get all their pay-per-views. So
yeah.
check that out. Anything else with the AW New Japan stuff that we want to talk about?
It sounds like there's a lot of speculation that, well, specifically, Mercedes Moné and the WWE have stopped talking completely. They've completely stopped talking, which makes people think Mercedes Moné has made a deal with AEW.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, didn't we? With Tony Storm kind of hinting at it. So
we were hinting at, but the like WWE has walked away from the table, and Mercedes Moné has as well. They're not even going to pretend they're talking anymore. So that means she's got something going on.
Well, what if it's a surprise then?
Who's walking away?
From negotiating.
From who?
WWE and Sasha Banks.
WWE.
Yeah, they've completely walked away from trying to get her back because they don't want to pay her.
Yeah, she left them.
Yeah, she did left them.
And she said she'd go back for a record contract, and they don't want to pay a record contract.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is she worth that? Is she? I mean, everybody's worth it. I mean, that's a stupid question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she is. I mean, even on top of it, she's one of the 4 horsewomen, which is considered to be the revolution of women's wrestling.
No idea
in
what
NXT
you're talking
back
about.
in the day.
What's the 4
Becky
horsewomen?
Lynch. So the 4 horsemen was a thing in the old NWA, WCW era days. That was Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard,
Ric Flair,
and I can't remember who the other one is.
And
but whatever.
Some fourth person would be like they had a lot of different fourth persons.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. The 4 horsemen changed up a bit, but Ric Flair was specifically like the 4 horseman guy. But they were the like big stable for a long time. That was like really, really major. Like they made a lot of stuff history through the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
So in the women's revolution, when women's wrestling became what it is today, it was started by Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch stepping up and being like, hey, NXT, let us do what we want to do instead of us having like nightgown matches and shit. And they developed what now is women's wrestling, essentially. And they were considered to be and called the 4 horsewomen behind the scenes.
Okay. Okay. So that's going to be a good thing.
She's definitely worth it.
And, it really seems like AEW is ramping up their women's division right now.
I hope they keep doing it.
And
they just signed Deonna Purrazzo.
Oh, I love her. So happy to see
she was a champion, held title in Impact.
Okay.
And in AAA.
Nice.
Well,
yeah,
very good.
That's a really awesome signing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Thunder Rosa back, Serena Deeb's back,
Valkyrie's gonna probably come back more.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's been in Ring of Honor with Johnny TV a whole bunch. She's the reason that Dalton Castle is dejected Dalton right now.
She's awesome.
Dude, I love Valkyrie.
One of the things that I have been thinking about recently is we talk about we talk about how there isn't a whole lot of women's representation in AEW right now, and they have all these players to use, right? And why
they're just not getting TV time?
Why aren't they being used yet? And this, yeah, you're absolutely right. As part of it, they're in like ROH more than they are on AEW, which is not on TV. But what I'm getting at is that there are also people that have injuries or are sick that don't want to make it public that they're out because of injury or because they're sick. There's been a lot of sickness going around, as we all know, lately. And I can't imagine these wrestlers all being healthy all the time.
Yeah.
With the regards of catching cold or COVID or food poisoning or jet lag or whatever.
Yeah.
And
family stuff, being there for other people.
Not everybody's going to want that to be out there.
Yeah.
And they can't always use the expectation of, it's their vacation time or whatever, because fans are going to just, start speculating even more. If you just don't say anything at all about it and don't make up a storyline or anything of why they're out and just don't even talk about it, then the people will start clamoring for those wrestlers to come back. So then their pop is bigger when they do come back.
Totally.
And it also keeps the whole privacy thing going for the wrestlers. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, is that it's kind of neat that we don't know where Britt Baker has been until just recently when news broke that, yeah, she's been hurt for multiple months. And nobody knew.
Yeah,
hers
was a complete secret. Haters, everyone knew, but and then, I mean, on top of even the sickness, there was also Sammy's. Why can't I think of her fucking name? Ty Conti had a baby. Like, you can't wrestle if you're having a baby. You know, stuff like that too. So there's plenty of ways to not be able to wrestle.
Yeah. And that was pretty public.
A lot of these
people
are back now, or coming back soon.
Not everybody wants things to be public all the time. And these wrestlers, even though they are on TV and they're and their job is to be in the limelight, they still deserve, privacy and
absolutely
deserve time to themselves to heal or to feel better or to just take some time off. Yeah. So I've been thinking about that lately, and I think that's part of where some of these people are, is that they're on injured reserve. But unlike sports, you don't need to put them on injured reserve.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell the public.
Right? I think it's also helped. Like, look at where Sky Blue is now because of that stuff, or like Abaddon got to be in a pay-per-view. A lot of things good have come out of this lack of the big star names too.
Opportunities open up for smaller names to become bigger names.
Or like Ring of Honor, even the work they've been doing there. I mean, look at they've been sending up a lot of other women's wrestlers to have bigger work for AEW because of how well they're doing in Ring of Honor. So I think there's a lot of good stuff going on. It's going to be coming out on TV soon.
Yeah. I like it.
And Ring of Honor is great because you get to see Peter Avalon.
Peter Avalon's great.
He's so pretty now.
Why can't we talk about other topics?
Do we have any other topics that we want to talk about?
I don't think there's any Super Smash Brothers.
Do we leave anything out from
No, Super Smash Brothers had like their yearly rankings, and we already talked about that a little bit a while back. We're just waiting for the next big super major.
It doesn't need to be just Super Smash
There's
Brothers.
golf
but it's the best.
news.
It is. Golf?
Yeah. So Tiger Woods is going to break up with Nike. That's it. That's all I got.
He should have brought that up in the last segment.
Yeah.
Jameis is mad now. Look at him be mad.
Yeah, I was trying to bring up... No, I wasn't actually... I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash
It's
Brothers.
just the best.
What's this button? Oh, yeah, we don't have a past player thing. Well, is Tiger Woods going to be okay? Does money matter to him?
Is he going to get together with his cousins?
It's that Nike money, man.
Yeah, but he's...
Why are they breaking up? Is it on his terms, or is it on Nike's term, or is it mutual? Like how every boyfriend girlfriend breakup is mutual.
It's probably mutual. You can't see him winking. I'm winking right now. I'm sure it has something to do with like all the Live sponsorships. If he's going to play golf, he's going to have to be a part of Live, the Saudi Arabia golf thing.
Is he a Saudi Arabia golfer now?
Everyone is.
Did he sign up for them?
Got bought out or teamed up with Saudi Arabia.
Right.
So
yeah,
again,
there's no ethical
they had more money
golf
than the entire
anymore.
PGA golf.
That's right. No ethical golf anymore.
Nope. Golf is gone.
That's wild. That's why. Nope. That's why these teams need to make sure they pay their players.
That's it.
Okay, well that's it.
Fuzzy trivia. Breaking news.
No ethical golf anymore.
Yeah.
What happens to all the... Man, that sucks. I would just stop playing. You know how I stop things? I would just stop playing.
There's a few who are still considering not playing in any of the upcoming
No, I mean like
tournament.
even going to like North Links, like the local club. I don't want to even play for them either.
Yeah.
Screw all that.
Yeah. Golf's done. Golf is done. Golf is canceled.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
Just like almost all sports are going to be done if gambling keeps it up. I don't know what I mean.
Gambling.
I don't know what I mean by that. I don't have any specific gambling scenarios of what happened, but I'm just having a feeling that gambling is going to ruin sports. This is Fuzzy Memory Trivia, and this is when I ask a question, and then they answer the question with a answer. that is going to be either incorrect or correct. And if they get it correct, they get a point. If it's incorrect, they get 0 points. We don't keep track of scores here anymore at FuzzJock Radio. We just keep on rolling, but you still get points.
Yay.
Okay.
We do know who's in the lead, though, and it's Jameis. We know that. I'm keeping track.
Jameis is in the lead. Okay, ready, guys?
Yep.
Put a spring in your step. In which... No, I don't like that.
Nope.
In which...
Mario.
Okay. New one. Okay. Ready?
Sorry.
In which Olympic sport might you see a Rudolph or a Randolph performed?
Curling.
Figure skating.
Trampolining.
Oh,
damn. And actually, that was the same question. I just didn't say the first
took out
part
the spring.
Okay, ready? The video game franchise developed by EA Sports titled NCAA Football, last released in 2014, had what man's name included in the game title for its first 2 iterations?
Brett Favre.
Madden.
Bill Walsh.
Oh, Bill Walsh.
Wow, that's a long question. You guys ready for this long question?
Do it. It's gonna be so long. This will be the last question.
This event has been won multiple times by Harold Alta.
Is bobsledding.
Yukon 800 Marathon. I didn't want to read the whole question. You want me to read the whole question? Alongside the athletes it honors, the Alaska Sports Hall of Fame has also included notable events. The Iditarod, the Great Alaskan Shootout, and the Midnight Sun Baseball Classic are in the hall. In an annual June event that requires competitors to build their own vehicle was recently inducted. The event has been won multiple times by Harold Alta. What is the event?
Oh, it's the 800.
Yukon 800 Marathon. VP of Product Deb has played in several rec sports leagues. Name at least 3 of the sports she has played.
Basketball, curling, and pickleball.
It's hockey and tennis and basketball.
The choices could have ranged from soccer, dodgeball, softball, and flag football.
So
we didn't get any of them.
The first MLB game played at night happened under the new lights of what Cincinnati Stadium on May 24th, 1935?
Chicago. Was it Wrigley?
I was going to say Comiskey.
Crosley Field.
Oh. I thought the first televised night game was on. I don't know.
The Suzanne Legan Cup is the official name of the trophy awarded to the female winner of which tennis Grand Slam event?
Wimbledon.
French Open, and that was
Wimbledon.
Those are good questions, guys.
Oh, yeah, you got us that time.
They're a little easy, but that's okay.
We are here at the end of... What was this button?
Find out.
Well, that's Fuzzy Minor Trivia too. Okay.
Nice. Double treatment.
Well, that brings us to the end of the episode, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Which is wild. I can't believe we're already past the... we're here. We had a fun time. It went by really
fun
fast.
time with you. Thank you.
So
yes.
much fun.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we wrap up the podcast?
Much fun time.
Do we do it? Are we at the end?
Oh, it's I'm looking out for polar vortex, man. I need to get a bunch of warm clothes.
It's gonna get that cold?
It's gonna get cold, man.
I didn't hear that. I haven't heard that yet.
Polar vortex, so everyone bundle up.
Oh boy.
It's cold here.
Yeah, see, that's how cold it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming our way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. Any other warnings or anything you want to say? Anybody?
As far as warnings go, I want to warn you that good times are ahead.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Okay.
Fuzzy?
You guys have what's going on this next week? How are you doing?
Just bundling up.
Just bundling up. Seabobs? Bundling up?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
what about you, Fuzz?
To everybody out there, I just want to say that you matter, and to us, we want you to be healthy and wealthy. Right? That
Healthy
rhymes.
and wealthy.
Healthy and wealthy to all the
why?
FuzzJockros out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at Fuzz Talk Radio, we appreciate your support.
That was a good episode, guys. Good job.
I liked it.
Yeah. Did you have fun? Good. Sounds like J-Maz had fun. Have a good night, guys.
See ya.
Night.